Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Well, it's finally here. The big day. Super Bowl 59 to be played in New Orleans. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going down, fam. Who you got? Philly or Kansas? Give me a thumbs up if you got Philly. 2 thumbs up if you got Kansas City. Anybody betting? Before you place that bet, you might want to hear what I got to say. Oh man, this is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But who didn't know, right? We got a brother of a former top referee in the NFL who now works for Fox Sports, who says that the game is rigged. Yeah, fam, the game is rigged. The unnamed brother is convinced that his brother, former referee Dean Blandino, signed an NDA when he left the NFL back in 2017. He was an official from 2013 to 2017. His brother is convinced that the games are rigged. He said, look, man, you signed an NDA to not tell anybody that the game is rigged. Now, obviously, the referee brother tried to explain it away like, yo, man, there's too many people involved for it to be rigged. There's no way you'd have to be perfect. There's people at the bottom of the pile who are not as sophisticated. They talk a lot. It would be revealed, blah, 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 blah. You know, they silence people all the time when they try to talk on certain things. There's so much money involved. It's more gambling involved in sports today than there has ever been. And a lot of these teams are associated with betting outlets. You think the game ain't rigged? You'd have to be short bus window licking slow to not believe that the games are rigged. All sports are rigged to a degree. That's right, I said it. Your favorite sport. It's all just smoke and mirrors. It's all just entertainment. That's how you have to look at it, just entertainment. Now, obviously, there's a degree of talent that must be had, right? You can't just go out on the field in the NFL and run the ball back 100 yards or throw the balls 60 yards or collide with one of those bets. You can't just do that. You got to have some kind of talent. But trust you me, fam, these games are being manipulated. I wasn't really invested in the games this year, or even the last, probably 20 years. But when the Texans played Kansas, I was really just watching for entertainment. I didn't expect a lot. But Texas played ball, man. They was balling. And they got robbed. And that just rubbed me the wrong way, man. I just didn't like how they did that. They called, in critical moments of the game, they called roughing the passer. They didn't even touch this. I mean, they barely touched the dude. There was no roughing the passer. And they called it. They giving these dudes a first down when they fall fall a yard short. They're taking away first downs from other teams when they make the first down. And people say, well, that was only 2 calls. That was only 3 calls. What about this and what about this? It kills momentum. When you take 1 step forward and are forced to take 2 steps backwards, how motivated do you think you're going to be, even if you continue to go forward? You might, by instincts, you're going to continue to fight. You're going to continue to go forward. But you're not going to have that same enthusiasm. And that's what's happening with these games. The refs are picking and choosing at critical points when they want to favor the Chiefs. I think if y'all put y'all money on that game today, unless you are rooting for the Chiefs, I think you're going to end up losing your money. I think the game is totally rigged and they're going to give it to the Chiefs. Now here's the trick. Now it gets tricky. They're so cold-blooded with the rigging of these games. Now they know the world is watching and everybody is hip. Even the casual fan sees that these games are being manipulated. A casual observer can look at it and see like, yeah, man, that don't look right. So now they know the refs are under a microscope. Will they kind of do like the current administration is doing and say, we don't care, we're going to do whatever we want to do, and y'all just going to have to deal with it? Or will they say, hey, what we going to do, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to get everybody voting for Kansas City. We're going to get them all to vote for Kansas City. We're going to have them betting on Kansas City. And then we're going to, at the last minute, we're going to pull the rug from under them and let Philly win. And we're going to take all the money. You know what the biggest winner's going to be? The NFL and all those sports betting outlets. My buddy Dave asked me on yesterday who I got, Philly or Kansas. And I said, I got Vegas, because that's who's going to win it all. Vegas. Here's the deal. Not only do I not trust referees, I don't trust the coaches. I don't trust the players themselves, because even though some players may be key players or star players, they may not have the contract yet. So they may be desperate for cash. And some of them will take that money, man. They will take it. I stopped betting on sports years ago. The last time I bet on sports was when Tyson got knocked out by Holyfield. Couldn't believe it. I was like, man, and I thought I had some intel, I'm getting it right from the people in the camp. Like, man, it's going down. Ooh, I'm like, ooh, Tyson gonna kill him. And you saw what happened. So I was like, that's it. Because even in boxing, where you can actually control your fate by taking the judges out of the equation if you knock your opponent out, sometimes you have guys on the take. Also, as in the situation with Buster Douglas, you don't know what a person might be going through. Buster Douglas had lost his mama. Buster Douglas was a talented fighter, but he wasn't always the type of fighter who was dedicated to the craft, where he would train hard and he would be focused. Well, I guess when he lost his mama, he didn't have anything to lose, and he just went for it. I mean, like, you lose mama. Once you lose mama, man, you can pretty much go through anything in life. You can pretty much get through anything. Once you lose mama, actually losing mama is damn near prepare you for anything in the world, any type of setback. But moving on, Buster Douglas mopped the floor with Tyson, and that surprised me because he came out of nowhere. So you never know who's in the club, drinking, partying too much. Some dudes can drink and party the night before and go out on the floor and drop 50. They can drink and party and then the next day go get, 4 touchdowns. One could argue that, yeah, but if they wasn't partying and drinking, they may have gotten 8 touchdowns. So this is why, I don't believe in humans like that. You don't know who is bringing their personal business onto the court or to the field or inside of the ring. You don't know. Some people can compartmentalize their problems when they have a job to do. Some of them allow those problems to spill over into their profession, and it affects their work performance. So I don't believe. I'd have to be on the inside of the rigging to bet on sports. I'd have to be right on the inside, like, yo, we finna rig this game. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be like that, because otherwise, man, I'm not putting my money on no sports. Definitely not no damn Super Bowl, especially not this one. If I did, if it wasn't so rigged and I was gambling, I would bet on Philly. If it was just straight up, no cheating, I would go with Philly. Who would you go with? I said would. Now, if you jump out there after all I just told you, you jump out there and put your money up. Don't say I didn't warn you. No more talk.